Zapier just announced the Zapier MCP. This is a quick guide on how to use it. Go over to zapier.com/MCP. This is the landing page that shows you everything, but what is important to us is the get started button. So I'm going to click on that. Clicking the get started button takes me to this page. This is my dashboard for where I can control my actions. The most important thing to me right here is the URL here. If you don't see this URL, you'll probably see a generate URL button here. So click on that and your URL will appear. We need to edit our MCP actions, which is like what we want the AI agent to be able to access through Zapier. So click on MCP actions. That will take you to this page where you will see your saved MCP actions. You need to configure, add, remove, decide on what actions you want to do. For this guide, we're going to create an MCP that allows me to add an event to Google Calendar. To do that, I'm going to click on add new action. That will open the action configuration page where I can select what kind of action I want. Because I want something that has to do with Google Calendar and creating an event, I'm just going to search for calendar in the search field. Calendar. It's going to list a couple of actions that Google Calendar tool supports. I would select the create detailed event calendar, and that will list out a number of the configuration that is needed to make this tool work. I can decide to configure this in whatever fashion I want. I can choose the start date and time, end date and time. Lots of options for you to play around with here, but I would not touch any of this. I would let it decide. Once you've configured everything, let's enable this action. Click on enable action. Okay, now you successfully created a MCP action that creates detailed event in your Google Calendar. Let's see how to use this inside Cursor to trigger this tool. Remember to copy your MCP server endpoint. This is what we are going to use to plug in Cursor to Zapier. Inside Cursor, open your settings, select MCP, select add new global MCP server. If you get an error, it means you've not created a file. It will prompt you to do so. So just accept it and do it. Now, inside your Cursor MCP file, paste this. This is the configuration that identifies Zapier MCP, and we are going to replace this with the URL you got from your own setup. I have done that, and this is what I have. Zapier MCP here is just a naming convention. You can decide to use whatever you want, but I would advise you use something that identifies the platform or whatever you're connecting to. Beautiful. With this done, we just need to save this, close this, and we'll find that we now have our Zapier MCP connected. That's it. Now let's test this wonderful thing and see if it works. I'm going to pull up my chat interface, paste a little thing I have scripted. I am planning an AI workshop for everyone. Date is 9th of April. Time is 2 p.m. West African time. Create an event inside the demo calendar. Let's run this and see if it works. It's telling me that it's going to create a calendar event for the AI workshop using the West African time and set it for a reasonable duration of 2 hours. And it's calling the MCP tool provided by Zapier, which is getting a bunch of wonderful stuff done here. But the most important thing that you should do is run the tool. That's it. Event created successfully. Need any adjustment to the details? I don't need any. Let's see if it works. Here is the calendar. Let's see if we can find any event on April 9th. It worked. 2 hours, like it said. Let's open it, and it's actually set up the date link, and it did a bunch of wonderful things. I think this is beautiful. And that's it. Zapier MCP does magic. Test it out to use it. Have questions? Ask me. That's it, guys. On to the next video. Yes.